Welcome back to the Chasing Happiness podcast, an honest podcast about finding happiness, what it really means, and the process of getting there. My name is Crystal, and today, actually, I am popping on with a really short and quick episode. I'm not doing an interview today, and the reason for that is I am so excited about an experience I just had over the weekend that I wanted to share it with you all as quickly as I could. So today's podcast is a little bit shorter, and I do apologize because the sound quality might be a little bit different because this is being recorded on my cell phone because I just finished the event. But I went this weekend I live in Niagara Falls, Canada. For those who are listening to the podcast and are not aware, I went to an event that the Niagara Parks is holding, and they have just started, as of last week, an event at one of the old power stations that was decommissioned. They refurbed it back to its 1900 glory. They've sort of put in some of the old machinery, taken out some of the new technology that had been added so that it could keep running, in the 80s and 90s. And they have created an educational center as well as tours so that people can learn about the history of how we harnessed the water in Niagara to create power, how that built a city and a country. But they also have this really amazing night show. It's called Currents. And yes, it's a ticketed event. Yes, if you live locally, you of course can go. If you don't live locally, you may have to plan a little bit ahead because there's only so many tickets available because of COVID protocols. But this nighttime show is an interactive, sort of immersive experience. And it basically walks you through the history of Niagara Falls, of building the power station, building the cities around it. But it's fun and it's hard to describe. So there is a video on YouTube for those of you who are looking for it. If you go to my Instagram or my Facebook page, you can get the video there. It is in the Linktree link as well. I will post it in the show notes for this episode of the podcast as well so that you guys can check it out. But it's this very cool projection, sort of lasery kind of show. And as you walk around, the water follows you. The current of electricity as you sort of go through the night. It's a 30-minute presentation, and it shows you sort of how they built the plant, and then it generating electricity, and then the city sort of growing around it. And it's this very cool immersive experience. So as you walk around, the water follows you. And then as they build the plant and electricity starts to come out of it, it's so amazing because you get to watch the electricity flow from each person to another on the floor as you're all walking around. And it's this wonderful reminder of how energetically we are all actually connected. And I just had this moment of, oh my God, this is so amazing. I can't obviously do it justice with just my words, but I wanted to share it here for all of you. If you go to the Niagara Parks Canada website, there are tickets available. I am not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I'm not getting any sort of advertisement or anything like this. It's an experience that I had this weekend that I loved. I thought was so not just valuable, but so amazing. I didn't even realize it had been 30 minutes when it ended, because it was just so breathtaking and such a creative thing. There's one spot in the video, if you go and watch it on YouTube, where the city sort of is formed around you and there's planes in the sky and cars down at your feet. And it's just, they did a fantastic job. And so I wanted to share it with you all because I don't know how long the event will go on for. I'm hopeful they will continue to do it over and over and over again. That is the plan right now. But obviously, if it doesn't go well, they will probably not continue it long term. So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to share with you guys while I was still excited, while it was fresh, while it was new, because for those of you who do live locally here in Southern Ontario, I highly recommend it. For those of you who don't, check out the video. Maybe if you're coming here to visit, even if it's next summer, maybe they'll still be doing it. Maybe you can buy tickets for it now. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a fantastic experience for kids of all ages. It is indoors. So right now you are required to wear a mask during the event and people are socially distanced. There is only a certain number of people allowed per showing. So they do a great job at all of that. And because everybody's masked, it doesn't feel like you're super crowded in, because there's, I think, 50 people was all that was allowed in the building, but I don't know the specific numbers. Anyway, it didn't feel strange being there. It didn't feel weird because of COVID protocols. And it was such an amazing and immersive experience. I just had to share it with you guys. If you're coming to the area, I highly recommend checking it out. I highly recommend at least hopping on the website, checking out the videos that they have. The company who they worked with did a great job at creating it. It's an amazing experience. And I just had to share it with you guys. And I will probably do a few more of these over the next couple of months as I'm transitioning from Southern Ontario into Nova Scotia, because the move is officially like a month away now. So I will probably share more random videos like this with you guys, but I just had to tell you about this experience because it was so amazing. And I think so many people would absolutely love it. So that's it for the podcast this week, guys. I appreciate you coming back week after week. If you enjoy the podcast, or you think you know someone who might enjoy the podcast, please share it with them. Let them know about the podcast. There are a lot of great interviews coming your way. There are a lot of great interviews that have happened already this year. So share it with the people you think who might get some value out of it. And I thank you for continuing to come back because you clearly are finding value in it. I appreciate you guys every single week when you're here. I am sending love and light to all of you, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And if you go and see the show, if you take part, or you even just go check out the actual education center, they're calling it the Power Station Niagara Power Transformed, I think. I will put it in the show notes so that you guys know. But even if you go and you just do that part and you don't do the Currents Night Show, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how you felt about it. Send me an email at info@chasinghappiness.ca or reach out to me on social media. I would love to know what your thoughts are if you check it out as well. Have a fantastic week, guys, and I will chat with you next week. Bye for now.